name is Hillary Mulick and I'm a wedding photographer based in the Carolinas. And in this video, it is currently January of 2024. And I wanted to talk about 3 lessons that I learned in 2023 as a wedding photographer and photography business owner. So lesson number 1 is make sure to secure your second shooters as early as you can secure them. I feel like I try and do better at this every single year, and there's always a couple weddings where I just have a really hard time finding second shooters. I think this has especially been a problem for me and for other photographers that I know since 2020 when COVID hit. I think people are just overwhelmed. Other photography business owners are just really overwhelmed with their own weddings, and it just makes it hard to second shoot for other people. And so in turn, it makes it hard for me as a photography business owner to find second shooters to work with me on wedding days. So one lesson learned in 2023 is just try to secure a second shooter as soon as possible. One thing that I've played around with the past couple years is putting down all of my weddings and dates and locations in a Google spreadsheet, and then sending that Google spreadsheet off to some of my favorite second shooters that I've worked with, and just saying, hey, here are all my weddings for the year, here are the dates, here are where these weddings are located. If you are interested in second shooting with me, just put your name in a slot. And that's been really helpful for getting a lot of my weddings covered with second shooters and being able to work with some of my favorite second shooters multiple times throughout the year, which has been great. So that is definitely a tip that I pass along to you, is if you are having trouble securing second shooters, just since it's the beginning of the year now in 2024, put all of your weddings in a Google sheet, the locations, the dates, and just send it off to some of the favorite people that you have had second shoot for you, and just say, hey, if you're available for any of these dates, sign up. And if you want to send me a spreadsheet as well of any dates that you need covered, I'll sign up as well. So that is a really easy way to get a lot of weddings covered so that you have a second shooter for most, if not all of your weddings for the year. Lesson number 2 learned is limiting my multiple weddings per weekend. So you've probably heard the terms double header weekend, triple header weekend. That basically just means a triple header is when you are working a wedding on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a double header is when you are working 2 of those days. So like Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Sunday. If you have multiple weddings in a weekend, that is basically what that refers to. And one of the lessons that I learned in 2023 is I think I'm really going to limit, if not get rid of, having double or triple header weddings in my business. For me personally, I have a certain amount of weddings that I like to shoot per year, and last year and in previous years, I have this number in mind of I want to shoot this many weddings for this year. And so when I'm scheduling weddings and it comes up that, I have multiple inquiries for the same weekend, just different dates in that weekend, I think, oh great, like I can shoot 7 weddings in May and that will get me really close to my quota for the year, and that's just for 1 month. At the time, I'm just kind of thinking, let's say I want to shoot 15 weddings that year, and if I shoot 7 of those weddings in May by utilizing double and triple header weddings, then that gives me so much free time for the rest of the year. But for me personally, really what this does, it just makes, let's use the month of like shooting 7 weddings in the month of May, which actually has happened in the past. I don't think it was this last year, but I think it was in 2022 when I shot literally 7 weddings within 4 weeks. It was crazy. So basically for me, what this does is it just creates a lot of anxiety that month. I just feel constantly behind because I'm not only shooting these 7 weddings, but I'm also shooting portrait sessions during the day. I'm having to cull and edit these weddings and sessions, and I also have phone calls, and it just makes things very miserable, and it makes my client workflow not be as seamless as I want it to be. If I want to be delivering sneak peeks and delivering images and staying on a certain timeline with my clients, shooting that amount of weddings in such a condensed time frame just makes that very difficult, and it can sometimes put a strain on even my clients if I'm not on top of things. So lesson learned in 2023 is I don't think I'm going to be taking any definitely no triples, but no double header weddings anymore, because I just think life is easier without doing that. Now, I will say there isn't a time and a place for hustling in your business. And so if you are in that place where you are trying to get those bookings and you are trying to get those referrals and trying to get those portfolio images, and the way you're doing that is by shooting multiple times in one weekend, then go for it. But I just want to say that don't think of it as this is something that I'm going to do every year. Just think this is something that I'm doing this year in order to accomplish this, whatever goal you have in, you're shooting these multiple weddings to achieve a certain goal. And I think that's great. I've definitely been there. But as you progress in your business, it is not necessary to shoot those triple or double header weddings anymore. You can be successful and be a really good business owner and have your clients love you without having to put that stress on you. Also, I just noticed that the sun came out and now I have sun on my sweater, but I don't feel like moving the camera for the rest of this video, so we're just gonna deal with it. Lesson number 3 that I learned in 2023 is that it's always better to work your butt off and get all the business stuff caught up on before going on vacation. I went on some really big vacation trips this last year. I went to Europe for 2 weeks. I went to Disney World for a week. I went to Utah for a week. There was a variety of different trips that I went on, and every single time I really tried my hardest to get caught up on everything business before I went on vacation, because I do not want to have to be dealing with business while I'm on vacation. I want to really be doing vacation things while I'm on vacation and not worrying about my business. So what I mean by getting caught up: answering all emails before you go on vacation, putting on a vacation responder so that way if people do email you, a vacation responder goes out to them so that they know that you are not in the office. Delivering all lingering sessions or weddings before you go on vacation. I think that's a really big one, because you don't want clients messaging you while you're on vacation being like, hey, I thought I was going to get these sneak peeks, or I thought I was going to get my session back by now. And you don't want to be worried about that or have that stress on you while you're on vacation. With that being said, if for some reason you are not able to finish editing and delivering a wedding, or finish editing and delivering sessions, or maybe you're photographing a session the day before you go on vacation, just tell these people that you're going on vacation ahead of time. So one of the trips this last year, I shot a couple sessions like the day or 2 days before I went on vacation, and I told them, hey, I'm going on vacation for a week, so I'm not going to be able to work on these photos next week, but I will work on them the following week and get them to you by this day. And they were totally fine with that. They were like, oh, that's great. And then that way I'm not getting emails from them saying, hey, I haven't heard from you. It's been a while. Where are my photos? So if you're not able to get caught up on on delivering photos before your vacation, just let them know that you are going on vacation before they even feel the need to email you and contact you about their photos. And those were the 3 lessons that I learned in 2023. I hope they were helpful for you. If you have some lessons that you feel like you learned in your own business, I would love to know those. Make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I think as a business owner, every single year I have learned something new. This year was my 10th year in business. So Hillary Mulick photography has been a thing for 10 years, which is crazy. And I feel like every single year I learn something more. And what better way to grow in our businesses than to look back at mistakes that you've made, or looking back at some things that you wish could be better, and making those changes in your business and in your life to make things better and make your business run smoother, make your life a lot better personally by having your business being so seamless. It's just great. And I love being able to reflect on these lessons learned and be able to tweak things and do things a little bit differently the following year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week for next week's YouTube video. Bye guys.